What's up, Dice Crew? Now we finna get into this reaction. Now I done stumbled across this video. It's by Spider and it's pertaining to Blueface. And the title reads, Blueface tells on tester from VSF X3, the city of San Fernando, still gets 4 years in prison. So, you know, he talking about Blueface and he talking about some talent. So, you know, I got to tune in to see what this is all about, to see if Spider got some facts or whatever the case may be. But look, let's just dive in and see what Spider got to say.
The more serious of the issues is Blueface and the 4 years that is alleged and reported that he's received as a probation violation in California, which brings a whole lot to mind on my behalf, on my mama, dead homies. Now, off top, we never, ever celebrate anybody going to jail. We get no pleasure out of that. Outside of someone who has harmed a child, you know, on some weird stuff, and we just trust and believe that something real on the violation side is waiting for them, even though things have gotten tricky in the system, at least out here, with special needs yards and the influx of people who fit that category is just hard to politic. Salute Bay Machiavelli, keep on flowing TMC. Salute for the super chat, Nick. So, of course, we never celebrate anybody being sentenced to the system. However, the sympathy that would be coming forth from me, typically, normally, especially with the keyway, is kind of absent, because I happen to be privy to information that a lot of people are not privy to. And it involves me retracting my support publicly of Blueface some years ago when I became aware he gave a statement on an individual by the name of Tester from the San Fernando Valley.
Now, you know, Spider just said years ago. And, you know, I never heard nothing like this, you know. But y'all got to let me know in the comments, Dice Crew. Like, have y'all ever heard, like, this situation that Spider is talking about? Because he said, like, some years ago. So I guess it ain't nothing new.
Retracting my support publicly of Blueface some years ago when I became aware he gave a statement on an individual by the name of Tester from the San Fernando Valley. So that says it's against the code. It is not one of these mainstream situations. It has not gone to trial. For anyone who knows about acquiring paperwork and things of that nature, if you don't go to trial, it's very difficult to get any paperwork associated with any trial. But I am in firsthand knowledge and fully aware that there's an individual that has considered themselves on the run, and considering statute of limitations in California, if I start doing my math, I believe it's typically 7 years. But they've been on the run the better part of 7 years, and maybe they will feel some relief soon, but it's all a result of an alleged altercation they may or may not have had with Blueface out by Santa Clarita, or it could have been Valencia. They're very close on the map if you take a look. But there was an incident where there was an alleged potential attempt, no, not even attempt, robbery, and there was an alleged, I believe, shootout in defense of the robbery, and there was an apprehension by the law of Blueface, and there was a statement made that included not only Cash, but Kim Jones as well as witnesses to the said event that caused Blueface to become a victim, which he told the officers. And there's so much detail to the story. This individual happened to be someone he experienced a high school rivalry with, alleged to Blueface. According to Blueface, him and this dude, they had like some competition in football over the, I think, quarterback position or leading wide receiver position. And I believe Blueface had won that competition. Then I believe they even competed for the heart of a female. Classic story. And from what I understand, have been told, Blueface also allegedly won that competition. So apparently that allegedly led to an encounter after Blueface had became Blueface. I'm not sure if it was Tatiana leading up to it, Tatiana out. However, it was that first blue chain was the one that he was wearing and allegedly relieved of, which allegedly had, or factually had, no diamonds in it. But however, This is where my lack of concern and sympathy for his plight as a keyway and a convict comes, because I am fully aware that he participated in giving his statement against his alleged robber, right? So therefore, you know, he ain't no good. Ho No Hundred know this too. That's why y'all don't know how big of a fraud he is when he even called himself speaking on anything close to politics. But anyway, it's been announced.
Now, you know, again, me personally, you know, if we don't know things as a fact, then we very much mindful on how we deliver things. But, you know, if this is true, and, you know, it seemed like to me, doing to Spider Low, you know, and it's probably going to be other people who going to speak on this now. It's probably going to be shared. It's going to be more spotlighted and out there, you know, in the universe and floating around in the industry. And, you know, I think it can possibly take a negative effect on Blueface brand, you know, in his career, or maybe people might not even care. Because as we can see, it's other rappers, you know, I will bring up Gunna because Gunna is one person that I definitely seen him do telling in my own eyes in that courtroom, you know. So I'm real aware that Gunna was breaking the code, and they say he's doing better musically than he ever did, you know. But we in this day and time, and if y'all familiar with 1090 Jake, 1090 Jake is a person that puts out all kind of videos, and it be like exposing certain people as rats and snitches, you know. And he said something in the interview about, one of his videos, he was saying that he don't even think people care anymore about people being exposed as snitches. And he said that's the type of time, you know, that he's in. And he was saying that he probably gonna have to start doing different type of content. So I feel like maybe it can affect Blueface, maybe more on the street side of things, or maybe it might kind of affect him like a little bit in Los Angeles, but not overall. Just like Big Sad, you know, I haven't seen a lot of people really put distance between Big Sad. I mean, it ain't like he was just messing with a lot of people in general, but a lot of people be fucking with Big Sad. You know, you see Young Ant from A-Tray Gangsta still fucking with him, dropping music with him. I think I seen the Baby Stone Gorillas still doing music with him. It's like, so people breaking these codes and breaking these rules ain't really like, you know, people ain't really caring like that no more. But we're going to have to see what's going to be the response on this, and we're going to also have to see, you know, where Blueface career is going to be when he get released from jail. But it also got me wondering about these rumors when they was talking about Blueface was supposed to be, you know, allegedly stabbed in jail or whatever the case may be. It kind of got me wondering, like, is this kind of something that, you know, do these things got something to do with each other? Do they go hand in hand? I don't know. You know, I'm just saying that's a curious thought that I'm having. But let's continue to see what all Spider Low got to say.
That cuz got 4 years as a probation violation. I'm not sure what type of probation he was on, because there's probation, and I don't mean summary versus formal, but there's a probation that also comes with something that's called a joint suspension. I am currently on joint suspension, felony probation joint suspension, and I suspect or wonder if he had a joint suspension, because it's not definite, but I understand that the terms were if he violated said probation, he had to complete a certain amount of time. And I see this father online crying, saying it was 4 years. You got to shade the tears, cuz this is a grown crip. Cuz push this heavy on.
And I ain't gonna lie, I definitely agree with Spider Loc on that. Not saying that, you know, if you care about a person, you always gonna have some type of feeling like that you're not unhappy with when it comes to somebody that you care about taking some type of loss in some type of way. But I didn't really see the video about his dad or whatever. But if he is on there doing a lot of crying and stuff like that, you know, you got to be aware and know this is what come with it. Blueface carry yourself a certain type of certain way, and you know these are some of the things that come with it. I'm not saying, you know, who wrong, right, whatever, but Also, I understand him. Like, that's his son. So he do got the right to, whether he gonna worry about his son, cry, be sad, happy, understand, whatever, that's his situation. However, I'm just putting it out there, like, I agree with Spider Loc for, like, other individuals just who might think that it's okay. Because, people do that all the time in these streets. Like, they'll let their kids be the most foul, disrespectful, gangbanger, dissing dead people, dissing other people, gangs and hoods and all that. Then when something finally happened to them, they just act like their kid is just an angel or something, I'm not saying this is the case with Blueface and his dad, but I do get where Spider Loc is coming from.
Camera, even with his said success. And this is what the kids that look up to him and watch got to know. This is what Cum was saying, school York on Crip. When you really do that outside of the camera and you try to live up to that persona, when cuz and Crip and dead homies is every other word, stints of incarceration tend to come with that. I don't have it heavy in my conversation, but even individuals such as myself who you hear say it from time to time, guess what? There were stints of incarceration that came along with me developing and maintaining that demeanor and that posture and those type of habits. So to see him carry himself the way he does, Pops, I know you wear fingernail polish, but say the tears. Not saying he deserve it, but this come with what we signed up for to a large degree. And Cuz basically been asking for this. Cuz has been providing.
And I'm not even saying that Blueface was asking for anything, but y'all know I always say, when you sign up for these streets, you got to know it's always going to be an unfair situation, I mean, life ain't fair itself, but when you're a part of these streets, you got to always know you can be put in a situation that will be unfair, that's just how it go. I understand, I don't want nobody to go through nothing that they don't got to go through, but that's just the facts in the matter. That's just how it go. So when you subscribe, you sign up, you do got to know what come with it. And I don't know Blueface dad, so I don't know what kind of way he carries himself or how he feel about these situations,
I get the luxury and the privilege of being tucked away from these type of activities, right? I've never violated probation. I've been on summary, formal probation multiple times throughout my years. Parole, different story. Probation, I have violated probation one time, but that's when I was on the interstate transpac from Arizona. And I think my probation officer, Navarro, I see him in the building now when I go, but he's no longer my probation officer. And he seems so much more friendly. But back then, 10, 13 years ago, he was asshole and I had to get stuck in Arizona on probation for like 6 months. I had to live out there. Oh yeah, I was D-knucking back. But anyway, I seen Hold No 100 do a little speech about a summary of the sentencing. And he did some very quick math and suggested that, oh yeah, he got 4 years. That means he gonna do. And with third time, he'll be out 9 months. And he said it with all this confidence, and he tried to act like he's a prison expert. I'm not quite sure that's gonna be true. And I want to give you a little understanding as to why. And as soon as the information is available, we will know via me and my sources exactly what the situation is, because this is CDC's dealing with, right? And this is some information I requested recently. And this is a loved one of mine who just was recently incarcerated in the California Department of Corrections. And I was just interested in what his release date might be. And he was sentenced to 6 years with that third time, the same third time Wack speaks of, right? And you see his release date with a crime that took place in 2023. In March, he was arrested in August. So he has about a year in, similar to Blueface, roughly. And with the third time included, you see his release date with 6 years is 2027. So 6 years is about 2 years off with the third time. That's 2 years less than Blueface with the 4 years. I think 2025 may be a more, well, hey, shit. God damn it, 2025 could be 9 months away. Cuz might be right. So, you know, that might be what it turned out to be. But this is the thing. I wonder if Tester or his homies, because I've been speaking about this situation with Tester for a long time, for years, and nobody ever chimed in. Sound like I was alone, out on a lone island, almost even making it up, perhaps. You digitalize? But out of nowhere. And for this reason alone, I don't know much about him or anything else that I could think of to agree with him about. But I think it was Swifty Blue. Out of nowhere, maybe 2, 3 years, 4 years down the line, after I had been speaking on the Swifty Blue, spoke out and confirmed it from the surf side. From my understanding, the majority of this time, Blueface has been incarcerated in the Nevada system. That's my cousin, Gar. He's the DLC days. Rest in peace, Uncle Dog. Love you. Rest in peace, Puto. But, there go your blue wrench scrap. But, I'm not sure if it's going to be the same experience trying to jail in California as it was in Nevada, with those politics swirling. Because even though the Serenos didn't trust me enough to put the paperwork in my hand, just based on everything that's involved, they probably trust their inner circle enough to send some screenshots amongst one another. They didn't even want the government name in my knowledge. And test.
Now, you know, I'm a little confused, or maybe I missed it, but it seemed like, I don't know if Spider-Lo has the paperwork and he obtained it in a different way, or, you know, he never seen the paperwork and he's kind of taking people's word for it. I don't know. I'm kind of lost a little bit, but let's continue.
It's just out there. That's all they was comfortable. I've been pressing. I'm very close to the source that's very close to Tester and them. However, because he is been deemed, allegedly, according to Blueface, a wanted felon based on his statement, there's very little information that they are willing to give me. However, when the chain first came up missing, I was invited to come photograph myself with the chain, but I just wasn't that interested in doing so. But I do have video of the chain in my people's possession. That's how I'm aware of the fact that it has no diamonds in it. But I'm just saying, if y'all thought y'all knew, might not know. It'd be different in La La Land.